is a Live the Dream media production.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Local Marana Live. I think this is our 39th live episode.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to actually.
Yeah.
Is it 39?
Yeah, it's 39.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Can you believe
almost
that?
a year.
That's a lot. That's a lot. It's 39 hours or so of content from this channel.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes nonsense from this channel, but
no, it's great. It's it feels good to be back in the seat. We were going to have Vice Mayor Roxanne in today, but we've done a scheduling change. She's looking to do next week.
okay,
likely.
good.
So,
Yeah, great.
But yeah, a couple things
Great.
I wanted to talk about today before we get started.
And can I talk about a channeling, a schedule change that we're making for the Clint Peak show?
Yeah.
Come on, just real quick. Jan Lesher is going to be in, but she's going to be in at 9, not 8:30, and she's got a meeting at 10. So we'll probably only have her for 30 minutes. But
Yeah.
so
Okay.
make that adjustment if you're planning on watching me with my dear friend Jan Lesher.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then one thing I saw yesterday was a post. I think it was from Ron's wife about urgent care and all these like yuckies going around right now. There's a bunch of different stuff going around like every year.
You talking about
pneumonia,
Janae?
flu?
Janae, though?
Yeah. Pneumonia, flu, COVID.
People are sick everywhere, aren't they?
Yeah. My kids have been going through it, but
Tammy and I have avoided that.
yeah, same. I don't know if it's because I've been eating the veggies, and
I gotta throw in and say it must be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor old Raul.
Raul was on his.
He's been fighting this thing for really how long, Raul? Probably two
It's
or
been
3
3
weeks.
weeks. I got pneumonia 2 times in a row. Pneumonia 1 week.
Where you
the-
at? Show your handsome face.
We got Demi right here
and
too.
there's Demi right behind him.
You
You know
know
what?
what?
You know what's
Locker.
cool? You know what's cool about our world, David?
Yeah.
And you know where I'm going. We got so many young, talented people that we get to hang out with
Yeah.
every day, and they're just getting trained up, and they're podcasting, they're engineering, they're directing, they're creating content,
Mhm.
and it's you know what it for me.
Yeah.
I just turned 67. In case you guys missed it. And what a joy to get up every morning and race in here to hang out with you guys.
Mhm.
David's the old cat in the block in his mid-30s.
Yeah.
You know, but we're blessed.
Yeah.
I'd say blessed by God,
Yeah.
but definitely something that I look forward to every day.
Yeah.
And now back to Marana. Weather's been beautiful. It was kind of chilly there for a while for me personally, but the last week
You like the 80s?
I do.
Yeah.
Well, they're not, aren't they not? I
The
mean, really,
evenings are great,
the
yeah.
breeze is blowing yesterday. Sitting in the yard, little breeze.
Yeah.
Sitting in the shade, in the sun. 80's warm.
Yeah. I had to use the AC at home.
I didn't do that.
Yeah. I had to use the AC. I'm like, man, in the wintertime.
Really? What? Yesterday afternoon?
Yeah. Last 2 days.
Really?
It's been hot enough to do that, and not a fan of that. I like the cold stuff,
Open the
dude.
doors, David.
We do.
And it's still too
It's
warm?
just 2-story, it just works a little different. I wish I had a 1-story, but the 2 stories they get really hot upstairs.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's just kind of one of those
And
things.
the way
but-
my house is built, the master bedrooms on the west side. So, and bless their hearts, Kay Hovanian, my builder, didn't really do a great job, even though it's 2 units.
Mhm.
One part of the house will be perfect, and the other part's either, hot or cold, depending on what time of the year it was. So,
Yeah, so a couple things I want to get into today. The first one is the downtown Marana stuff we talked about last week. Super excited about it. Community's excited about it. There's great things, and we'll save some more of that for Roxanne when she comes and joins. And the other one is the open appointed position for the town council here in Marana. And there's 2 spots open, if I'm correct, right?
No, there's
just one. There's one, yes. So there's one spot open. So if you're in the community and you're really thinking about taking on a leadership role and you have the time to do it, I would encourage you to go ahead and take a chance and work on getting appointed. Have good references together. If you're really looking to get into and it's nonpartisan, so you don't have to worry about your party stuff.
Can I throw this in there? If you're planning on re-entering politics next year and running for that office, in other words, don't just be a seat holder for the next 18 months or
make a run of it.
Yeah, make this be your starting point. I mean, I'm encouraging. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but
yeah,
I would much prefer. I would prefer someone that's planning on running in 26 for that seat.
Right. And don't ask me why I'm not or Clint is not, because our business is in Marana, but we both sleep just outside of the jurisdiction.
Well,
so
he sleeps in the county, and I sleep in Oro Valley.
Since we do that, we're not allowed to do that or whatever. But I just want to elaborate on that. I know there's a lot of great people out there to do that. Way better than me, way more suited for that. I think that there's potential for a lot of good things, and I think we should talk about how, how we've seen the community of Marana grow and progress. And I know that there's a something I want to bring attention is there's a group here in this area that just wants it to lock down, that just wants it to stay where it's at, not move, focus on fear mongering, convince
and
you
they're
that,
loud.
Yeah,
they're pretty loud,
and they're pretty loud. And I would say that you should pay attention to that kind of stuff, because it's really important for you to understand how the town's evolving and how important having good schools is, and how important having good parks is, and how important it is to have the incredible public safety people that we have in the town of Marana,
and the infrastructure,
and
the way we move people around.
And there's people that have moved here and that have openly already ran, and they don't want that. They don't want it at all. They want to see cutbacks in a lot of things, and they don't want to see growth. So I would say if you're wanting the town to move, or if you want to be in that camp, that's fine. You do you. But, I think it's really important for us to focus on what Marana has become, how it has become this way, and how do we stay that course and keep things going.
Well, I've been saying this all through the 39 episodes and long before that. And Marana is just a growing. Everybody wants to be here. 28,000 when I showed up over 20 years ago. 66,000. That's an enormous growth in a 20-year time frame. It's not by accident. This growth is not. Are there places to improve and do better at? Absolutely. That's always going to be the case across the board. But if you're not growing, you're dying. And I know that, having lived in Oro Valley for 20 years, we're stagnant over there. The growth is pretty limited. It's a bunch of no growthers over there. And what people don't understand is if you're not growing as a community, you're stagnant at best, if not dying.
Yeah.
And I as I get more and more involved in the structure and how things play out, that's why people need to. That's why there's always an annex moving taking place, and things are. We got to create growth. I mean, isn't it obvious? If you're not growing as a human being, what's happening? You're stagnant at best or dying at worst.
Right.
The same is true with municipalities and organizations. If you're not growing, I think Jack Welch, the former GE CEO, was like, if you're not innovating every day, you're dying.
Right. And
now we want controlled growth. We want smart growth. We don't want to just, because we see a lot of that too in different locales. Just people just popping up everywhere, and there's no control, and there's no the zoning that gets changed, and you got all kind that we don't. That's not what David and I are talking about at all. We're talking about say at the end, like Nathan.
My son does that every time he takes a drink.
But you know where I'm coming from is we want smart, which means the community needs to be involved as a whole, not just the elected officials. Don't wait on just, in this case, 7 elected officials to make all the decisions and crucify them when something goes wrong. You know what? If you're not actively involved in your school board or the town and representing and talking, and I had a conversation this morning with someone in Oro Valley that's a big part of that community, and we were talking about how we got to be more proactive as individuals,
right,
and organizations in what's happening around us. To sit on the sidelines and then complain when something bad happens in your community or your town, that's kind of like school districts, right?
Right.
We all complain, and I've told Dr. Dan Streeter, who's going to be on my show real soon, a couple of weeks. Yeah, there's a lot of accountability, and Chris mentioned it earlier, some things going over with some of the schools that's just repulsive.
Mhm.
There's accountability for the school districts. There's no doubt about it. But accountability starts at home.
Mm-hmm.
If your kid can't read, you should be the first one calling that to attention and demanding it from your school board, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you were an SRO officer. You were on a campus for, what was that, 2 or 3 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
And every time I ask you what's wrong, what was your answer?
Reading, writing.
What was the parents?
Yeah. 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 But anyways, on that note, I want to talk about the fees of the new community resource. Or community. What is it called? The community center that's coming. Yeah. Raul, I'm going to send you some screenshots of that pricing so you can put it on the screen so people can see. They're going to have a call on that, and I kind of want to just let people know what it's going to cost to. What they're proposing
that's
the cost of the
open,
rent.
I believe, next month, or at least scheduled.
Yeah, so people have an idea.
Next month.
Yeah, because I'd like to share my opinion on some of this stuff. But yeah, let's go to break and we get that to you, Raul, and then we'll piggyback off that when we get back.
Sounds good.
All right, guys.
Welcome to Snap Fitness. This is my gym.
And my gym.
And this is my gym.
And my gym.
Here at Snap Fitness Marana, we welcome all kind people trying to stay healthy. Ready to make us your gym? Click the link below, message us on social media, or give us a call 520-400-4646.
Discover the power of 88 Crime, where your anonymous tips are rewarded with cash. When you call in anonymously with the tip, you are given a code. With the code and a password, you can walk into a bank and redeem your reward anonymously. If your anonymous tip results in a felony arrest, you can claim up to $2,500 cash reward. Let's stop the silence on crime and strive for a safer community. For more information, please visit 88crime.org or call 88crime.
Your favorite radio just got bigger, bolder, and better connected. Live the Dream Media is revolutionizing how you stay tuned in. With our explosive growth in online radio and our brand new mobile app, your entertainment goes wherever you do. Stream your favorite shows, discover new hits, and connect with audiences across the digital landscape, all at your fingertips. Advertisers don't miss out. Join our expanding digital network and reach engaged listeners across platforms. Download the Live the Dream Media app today and experience radio reimagined.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
We can print anything on our soft vanilla logo cookies. We deliver them and other sweet treats locally. We are located at 4249 West Ina Road, Suite 121. Call us 520-300-1131. We bake smiles.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
Welcome to Snap Fitness. This is my gym.
And my gym.
And this is my gym.
And my gym.
Here at Snap Fitness Marana, we welcome all kind people trying to stay healthy. Ready to make us your gym? Click the link below, message us on social media, or give us a call 520-400-4646.
We are Jet Sports Training, where our mission is to cultivate champions. This is where athletes come to get faster and everyday people come to change their lives. This is not a gym, but a community. Come get jetted.
take off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lot of y'all doubted on me. Now they like, wow, look how far you got. Legendary like all my idols, coming for it all, and I can't wait. Success just called and I got me a date. So I grab my ambitions and I'm on my way. Cross the wrong line and it's bad news. Might get burnt like a candle. We too hot to handle. World at my feet like a sandal. I only move when I plan to. Your moves could get canceled.
This episode is brought to you by Advanced Vision Care and Dry Eye Spa. Go check them out at 7552 North La Troya Boulevard across from Foothills Mall, 520-744-1711. Tell them Rue sent you in.
All right. Welcome back. That was quick.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, so I sent Raul the pricing for the community center stuff, and I wanted to pull that up. So I think this one is, what's that top number? $30?
Yes, $30.
Okay.
You want me to zoom in on the numbers?
No, you're good. That's perfect size. So Marana Aquatic and Recreation Center resident adult monthly membership. Good for one individual for one calendar month from date of initiation. So this is the very top box. Okay. So it says $30 a month. Okay. I am a patron of a gym here in town. And I won't say the name, but I pay less than that for similar services at a private business. Okay. And some of you might be going, well, why are you bringing that up? Well, here's why I'm bringing that up. Why are we charging that amount for the community? Okay. That to me, that's my question as to why. Are we competing with private businesses? Did we do a price comparison? Did we do a comp to the market? So this is confusing to me because I do know that the YMCA is another organization that's in town and their prices are significantly cheaper than this. The other one is you do get a little bit of a drop if you do the $300 per year. Save a couple bucks for one adult. The other one is the day pass is $7. So if you're looking to do something for the day, again, I go to a private business one, and that's still higher than that. So if I'm going, hey, I'm in the community and I just kind of need to go somewhere and clear my head, I got to pay $7 to go in the building that the taxpayers paid for. It's really, really interesting. The other one is, let's go to the page with like the 2 cuts on it. I think it's the last one I sent you there, Raul. There we go. All right. So we're going to go to the third box where it says $250. Marana Aquatic and Recreation Center community room rental, $250 per hour. Good for a single reservation occurring after established hours of operation.
So what is that?
That's renting a room. That's renting the community room. That's for nonprofit pricing. If we were going to rent it, right? You a nonprofit or a non-resident, we're paying $320 per hour.
Well, maybe we could rent it as a business, and we're in Marana, so
yeah.
Now, wonder what size room that is, just out of curiosity.
Right. It doesn't list that. All it does is list $320 per hour.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't it list like, are you getting, sound system? Are you getting
chairs, table,
technical, all that stuff?
I would assume you're getting chairs and tables.
I would hope so. $320 an hour. The other one is the Marana Aquatic and Recreation Center commercial for-profit community room rental. That's what we would fall under. $500 an hour.
That's a room.
A room.
That's a room
Community
somewhere
room.
inside there.
A community room. $500 an hour.
So is the community room the big room? Do we know?
I don't know.
Like the basketball court?
Like, I don't know how many it holds.
I
I
don't
don't know
have
what
a
the square
reference, so I-
footage is. Right. So here, that's why I'm bringing that up, Clint. So we're talking about this pricing, but we don't have, like, I guess I can go and look for the square footage, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that probably would be something good to have on the same table as the pricing. And it's like, I think about $500 an hour, and I think about you and Tammy and the venue you guys have and some of the other venues in town.
Ours isn't compatible with theirs. But
Yeah, but still,
you know,
I'm perplexed. I'm curious to hear the reasoning behind the pricing for a taxpayer bought building.
Yeah.
That
I mean, those.
I'm just curious. Like, how do we get there? And I'm not saying like if I know information, there's information I don't know, and I can be educated, in which I hope there is. I probably understand a little more, but I'm just kind of perplexed on it. I to me, I'm like, if I'm involved in the community, that's probably not a solid option for us to go do something at that price.
You know, you mentioned, for as a family of 4, you're paying $1,200 a year if you buy the yearly package to go be a part of the aquatic center.
I don't like this. I don't like the sell of the community center part of it, but you're paying the same as LA Fitness, or actually you're paying more.
Well, that's my biggest problem with that. I know the building is. I drive by it. I haven't recently. Ed and I used to drive by there all the time. I was asked by somebody the other day that works for the town of Marana, what did the mayor think about it? And I'm like, he loved it.
I love it.
It's fantastic. But you mentioned, like at the outset of this, I have a real concern when municipalities are competing with businesses. I have a problem because stay in your lane. Businesses do business and municipalities do government stuff.
Yeah, and I understand that there's costs.
But I love the building. I'm not going to. And
you got to pay for it
until I get more information. It's hard to understand. $500 an hour for a room seems steep, but I don't know the particulars. So here's what I do know
for the full facility rental for aquatic full facility rental for a for-profit. It's $1,200 an hour.
Wow. Well, do you know what the gym itself rents for? I think there's three gyms. You got an idea what that rents for? Because I'm going to speak to something I do know a little bit something about.
Like sports-wise?
Yeah, like if you wanted to have volleyball tournament or basketball tournament in there.
Let me pull that up.
Showcases, stuff like that. Because that's something I can actually speak to. And these prices have gone up dramatically. It's like people like Rick Peralt are almost victims of their own success. Everything's gone up over the last 25 years. You know, cost of officials, cost of facilities, etc. But let's say somebody wanted to run, and I don't know anything about swimming, so I don't know what fees would be. But $1,200 an hour is just unless you got 12 pools. It seems like
so. The entire gymnasium rental for profit is $550 an hour.
Yeah, it'd be hard.
So how much would you have to charge if you? So right off the bat, you do a 4-hour program. You're over $2,000.
Yeah.
Right.
And you could do.
Then you got to charge.
You could do 2. You could do 16. I don't do basketball. I know baseball, softball, but I can kind of ballpark stuff for you. So you could do 6 teams at a time. You could have a game an hour.
We're in Clint's wheelhouse here, by the way.
And then you got officials. So you'd have to charge each team per game. What, 500? You said divided by 6, so that'd be 80 a team. Plus officials, that'd be another 100. That'd be 200. Yeah, so each team's probably going to be paying $250 an hour, and that's break even, by the way. And these organizations don't do it to break even; they do it to make some money, and justifiably so. I mean, there's a lot of effort goes in. The people I deal with do baseball, and they do 300, 400, 500 rooms, or 300 or 400, 500 teams per.
Yeah.
But I also know this: they sell thousands, if not tens and tens of thousands of hotel rooms, which is your economic impact, which more than compensates for whatever you're renting the fields for. I'm not saying rent the fields or gymnasium or aquatic center for free. I don't believe that.
Right, me neither.
But
not at all. Not at all. You got to pay for
suggesting.
maintenance and lifeguards and refs and all that stuff. But I'm talking.
Know where your money is coming from, and your money's coming from hotel rooms. I know people personally that rent 30 and 40,000 hotel rooms a year for their facilities in this state. Well, there's your economic impact that more than outweighs what you're renting the facilities for. So, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do, honestly, and I think we should approach this. You and I'm not telling you what to think, but they're new at this. I think there's some room for coaching to say, hey, look, you're missing the big picture here. We want people in town. We want people coming and using these facilities. We want these tournaments and events taking place. There's a lot of ways to cash flow this besides the facility themselves, because if you're charging those rates, nobody's coming.
Yeah, and there's nowhere to stay.
Well, we got 1,300 hotel rooms.
Yeah, but in that vicinity.
And well, I'm talking.
I mean, you got to
Marana.
drive all the way down here to.
We opened a new one.
Yeah,
Sabian was there last week.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about the income for it.
Yeah,
I mean, like you would need to build. You need to build a couple more.
I'm gonna take. Hey, let's coach it up a little bit. Let's talk about it a little more because during the week, I can't even speak to that. Do what you got to do. I guess to cash flow it. But I'm with you. Taxpayers paid for this. Now they're gonna sounds like pay it again. High fees to get in. But it's not open yet. So my approach is going to be.
Again, this is just a call. They haven't said this is going to be the pricing. This is just, they're looking for feedback. So we're here on the show sharing some feedback.
$500 an hour for the gyms that's to me sounds
$550.
Yeah. That sounds pretty steep.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, I don't know what the gym, I don't know how many courts there are.
I think there's 3.
There's 3.
Yeah. That's at least what I think that's what there is. I could be wrong. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I've never been inside. I've only driven by the outside, and it's pretty incredible.
Right.
But me personally.
But I ain't going at $30 a month.
I don't live in Marana, so it would be more than that.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think that was the out of.
Oh, was that the out of town?
I think so. Let me see. May have been.
Because personally, I'd love to see a lot of events over there that would bring a lot of swimmers, basketball players, volleyball players, come in and stay in.
That was resident, $30 a resident. Yeah, I don't know what the. Let's see.
I'd like to see those rooms filled. Those 1,200. I think there's 12. The number's gone up a little bit since I got the last number, but there's. Let's say 1,400 hotel rooms / motel rooms in Marana. I'd like to see them full every weekend with families that are coming and staying and participating in basketball events and volleyball events and swimming events. And you start doing that, you're generating a whole lot of money on economic impact. I'm just going to throw a number out there. These are Elliott Pollock, kind of like my base points with them. But you're probably, if you kept busy every weekend,
yeah, it's $35 non-residential a month.
Well,
a month for the membership.
Yeah.
So if you're in the comments or watching the show, please let us know, or if you want to write us an email or text us how you feel about that pricing. If you're cool with it, why you're cool with it. If you're not cool with it, and it is advice to why, so we can talk about it. But
here's a reality, David. This has nothing to do with Marana. This is just a cold hard facts about stuff. Private enterprise, you gotta cash flow your business, or you're out of business. Municipalities don't have to. They're just going to stay in business whether they don't. In this particular case, they'll stay in business. That thing will be open. The lights will be on a year from now, whether they sell one membership or not. That's a fact. If that's your private business, and that's where we kind of at the outset of this conversation is I just want people to stay in their lane as best they can. Private business, you're going to make it or break it with your pricing and the services you offer and the cleanliness of your building. Whereas municipalities, they're just going to stay open no matter what, because the taxpayers' monies are going to fund those. That's just the reality of it. And I'm hoping that in time that the people that run the city, and we know a lot of great people over there, will look at this and go, well, there's other ways to do this. The local stuff, I don't really know how to even approach that. But here's the thing, though, David. If you're making enough money as a community on these events that I'm talking about, and I've always lobbied that with especially baseball and softball stuff that I've been involved in, you can almost do your local stuff for free because you're generating enough cash flow on the weekends with economic impact, taxes, staying in hotel rooms, buying gas, taking care, being involved in the amenities, going to different places, buying food. You can the locals can use it for free or close to free if you're doing it the right way. And I think so many people, especially that aren't business people but are bureaucrats, kind of miss that reality. People like you and I know, hey, you got to make this work.
You don't eat.
Exactly.
For us, like for private businesses, when we talk about the pricing and stuff like that, if they're not cash flowing, like you said, we don't eat. We don't have food. We don't have the hygiene stuff we need. We don't have
anything.
Daycare. We don't have anything to take care of anything.
I'm going to look in that camera right there, and tell the listeners and the viewers right now, and this is just a fact. No embellishment, no woe is me, no victim. I haven't had a real paycheck in 30 years. Every nickel that I have had that went through my account, went through my hands, that bought, sold, anything that I had, I earned. I didn't make it. That's illegal. That's called counterfeiting. I earned it through my own efforts and my own, and sometimes it was good and sometimes it wasn't so good. I wish there was more of that mentality. I always said it'd be great if we had some kind of, we have flight simulators and car simulators. It'd be really cool to have some kind of small business simulator that people, because I guarantee you, if everybody could simulate that,
there's your next enterprise.
How do we do it? Let's say
a
if
small
we could,
business simulator for
if
a
you
month.
could figure out a way, a month would probably
see how
do
it goes.
60 days would. I was going to say a year. No, a month would probably do it. If you could just simulate, hey, look, my mortgage is due. My babies need to be fed. My babies need formula or diapers or whatever. My kids need something for school or some kind of an event, or I need to pay my light bill. I need to pay my phone bill. I need to pay for food.
Right.
And when you have no backstop other than yourself. And matter of fact, I've started last night, and here I'm plugging. You're hearing it right now. David has no idea. I'm getting ready to start a new podcast, and it's how to get rich quickish.
Oof, that's bold.
Yeah. And it's not what you think. I posted something else last night. It's like, and it's not about your bank account, by the way.
I get you. I know exactly where you're going.
It's about the freedom of not being freaked out about Monday morning, or you're making some airline. You need to purchase some airline tickets or something. Tammy and I am announcing right now live. We're getting ready to go buy a new vehicle today.
Cash.
And it's a sizable. I'm not bragging. It's just a fact. We look for something. We know what we want. It's not new.
I don't buy new.
It's got 10,000 miles.
Can I be on your show?
But it's a fancy vehicle, and you know what?
I'm requesting to be on your show.
We're not trading the old one in. We're actually going to make a deal with. So you're finding this out for the first time with somebody that needs a vehicle. It's a pretty nice vehicle.
It is.
They're going to have to pay us somehow, some way.
I call it the President Cadillac there.
But we're going to go buy a vehicle today, and I'm not bragging. A lot amount, and you know what? We're going to write a check for it.
Air horn.
Yeah.
There we go.
and to go one step
cash.
further,
Don't
I've
pay
never
the
been
bank.
one of those guys that made a lot of money per year. I'm not one of those guys that ever made. I've done a few business deals that were pretty successful. So that would be one of the things I'm going to talk about. Start a business.
Yeah.
Because if you can cash flow a business and actually sell that business for a profit, especially right now, Chris DeSimone mentioned that in one of his shows recently. Ron Arenas. Plumbing, heating, cooling.
Look at what they built, man.
Those kind of electricians, stuff like that. Hey, build one, get a good business going. You can cash flow. You can sell that sucker for a lot of money.
Right.
In 5 to 7 to 10 years. I'm talking a lot of money. I had a transportation company, a lot of money. But I never made a lot of money per year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never was one of those great big $250,000, $300,000 a year incomes.
Yeah. In a nutshell, we want you to go check out those rates and really look at what's going on with that and be involved with the community in that. We're not trying to place blame or say anybody has a bad idea. It's just their proposed fees. They put that out for feedback. That's the point of it. You know what I mean? It's great. It's great on the town to do that. So make sure you look into that stuff. We're going to take a quick commercial break.
Town of Marana, be willing to be coachable on this.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of ways to recoup your investment, and it doesn't necessarily have to be at the gate.
What do we got playing there, Raul? What is that?
Stevie Wonder, happy birthday for Clint, man.
Oh, let's get it. Turn it up, man.
We're going to celebrate that thing all month.
Oh, yeah, we're a radio station. I forgot about that. Let's go. All right, man. We'll be back.
We're going. Cool.
Thanks for the cake, too, buddy.
Welcome to Snap Fitness. This is my gym.
And my gym.
And this is my gym.
And my gym.
Here at Snap Fitness Marana, we welcome all kind people trying to stay healthy. Ready to make us your gym? Click the link below, message us on social media, or give us a call 520-400-4646.
Discover the power of 88 Crime, where your anonymous tips are rewarded with cash. When you call in anonymously with a tip, you are given a code. With the code and a password, you can walk into a bank and redeem your reward anonymously. If your anonymous tip results in a felony arrest, you can claim up to $2,500 cash reward. Let's stop the silence on crime and strive for a safer community. For more information, please visit 88crime.org or call 88crime.
Your favorite radio just got bigger, bolder, and better connected. Live the Dream Media is revolutionizing how you stay tuned in. With our explosive growth in online radio and our brand new mobile app, your entertainment goes wherever you do. Stream your favorite shows, discover new hits, and connect with audiences across the digital landscape, all at your fingertips. Advertisers, don't miss out. Join our expanding digital network and reach engaged listeners across platforms. Download the Live the Dream Media app today and experience radio reimagined.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, CopperCreekCookies.net.
We can print anything on our soft vanilla logo cookies. We deliver them and other sweet treats locally. We are located at 4249 West Ina Road, Suite 121. Call us 520-300-1131. We bake smiles.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, CopperCreekCookies.net.
All right, welcome back to Local Marana. So Local Marana and all the affiliated social media programs, This is Marana, the website, This is Marana, and our other one, Marana Foodie, they're all part of our community impact initiative. Okay, so we have been doing these programs pretty much since the existence of our company, Live the Dream Media, which kind of oversees all of it and supports all of them. And we've been busy with them. And for a little while, we had Marana Foodie going. We had the website going and stuff like that. And over the last couple months, we kind of backed off of it a little bit to give more time to Local Marana and some other things. But we have opened the Marana Foodie Instagram account again. And the role behind Marana Foodie is helping people find out about restaurants in Marana, Northwest Tucson, and Oro Valley maybe they haven't been to, sharing content from creators in the area. One, for instance, would be Foodie Bee Media, which is Marielle, who also is the business owner of Skinology. And what we're doing with that is we're highlighting these businesses, giving them more reach. We're doing it on our own at this point, and we're giving places a resource, people a resource for something here in Marana that's really not here yet. And as we grow it, we encourage creators and people in the community to not hesitate to tag Marana Foodie in posts. And we encourage you to go follow the Instagram account. And if you're a restaurant owner or business owner here in town that has to do with food, reach out to Marana Foodie, see if we can come up with something. We have some creators that are already getting ready to do some stuff. and we just want to make it fun. We want to have this whole connection thing, right? We want to have Live the Dream Media, Local Marana, Marana Foodie. This is Marana, right? This is Marana is where our journalists work and they deliver stories about stuff going around in the area. We just had the one that came out about the new hotel. There's been some other stuff. And then we have Southern Arizona Sports Talk, which is headed by Raul, who's in the booth right there. Show your face there. There he is, yeah. So he's going to be jetting out to Marana High School after this, if I'm not mistaken, right? To go do a
National Signing Day today, so we're going to go cover Marana athletes that are moving on to the next level.
Yeah. And people are probably going, why do you guys do that? What's behind it? It truly is. We love this place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I love the place. I love food. I love food, if you can't tell. Okay. I love it. I love just highlighting that stuff. And there's just something sexy about seeing food in video and, you know, people enjoying themselves and having a good time. Because when we're not busy doing our work and you know, taking care of bills and all that stuff, we often go to food to feed our souls and our bodies.
It's
right?
truly a labor of love. Because we don't get paid.
Mm-hmm.
None of those that you mentioned we're getting paid for.
Yeah.
But
if you want to pay us, we won't say no. Because
but it's actually costing us money, time, and resources.
Right.
But it's a labor of love. We do it because we love it. It was part of the, and we're going to talk more on the Clint Peak Show tomorrow with Jan Lesher. The kind of the legacy of Ed Honey, building relationships. Well, we need to be having relationships with people that were in close proximity of the businesses that we support. Two of them immediately came to mind. I love the old Pothole. Haven't been there in a while. Sorry about that. I'll be there soon. And the Highlands at Dove Mountain. I've been there a lot, and I'm coming back real soon.
I'm a Dominick's and Blacktop Grill guy.
Yeah, and Blacktop Grill. Our buddy Gabe over at
Taco
Blacktop.
Gyro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We love those.
Tacos Absone. You know, there's a really cool one coming in the spring. Chow Down Pizza.
Yeah. Over there,
the snake bite pizza they have
there, on Thornydale.
Yeah,
right?
Where Monsoon's Grill used to be. If you haven't had Chow Down Pizza yet, they do have a spot in Tucson. Go look them up on social media. Check out their website. Amazing pizza, and get yourself to. They have great stuff, but get the snake bite one if you haven't had it yet. You're doing yourself a favor. Paul and his team out there, they're awesome, and they're going to be here in Marana. So if you didn't know that yet or haven't seen the sign when you're driving down.
Yeah.
When you're going
at the light,
if you're going towards Costco, on Thornydale, you'll see it where the Monsoon's Grill used to be. It's at the
north light. I don't think they call that Costco. Is that Costco Drive?
No, that's just Horizon Hills. I think it's what it's called.
Yeah, Horizon Hills. You know, and there's other not just non-food related. I was thinking about some of the business that are non-food related. Some of them right here in this plaza.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Mary L pointed that out to me that this plaza is the home to a good chunk of the locally owned businesses that aren't food related.
Right.
Her business, Skinology.
A lot of women-owned businesses in this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got Anton over at Innovative Sign. You got Daniel Romero over here at Blueprint.
Missy at the
Dog Groomer.
Dream Big Co.
Yeah, or Missy over at the Big Dream Co.
No, that's the Dog Groomer. You're
what's the Dog Groomer's name? They're
both
across. They're across.
He's just thinking about going and getting that new car, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, there's a ton. And then Xavier.
All of back here. Joe with the new barbershop back here.
Yeah.
There's 20. Nico's been there forever. We got our next guest, Jack Furrier's setting out in front. Jason Quirk's going to be jumping on here with me in about 3 minutes.
Sweet.
Jack Furrier's is at the head of this.
Mm-hmm.
At the head of the plaza on Ina. There's a ton.
Mm-hmm.
The jewelry guy up front, I was talking to him the other day. I keep this watch with an old battery, and it's a keepsake, not a valued as far as value, but it's has an extreme sentimental value to me. I'm like, hey, can you put a battery in this? He's like, yeah.
They do fossil watches and everything too. It's awesome over there. I had to do that the other day.
Yeah, fossil watches. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, because you got to go to Fossil tries to get you to go to their stores to unlock them, and you have to get like a certain key online to do it. It's a pain in the butt. And then they're like really hard.
Fossil as in old.
Oh no, Fossil brand.
Yeah, okay.
No, those are really nice watches.
I'm not that hip.
They're not Rolexes, but they're really, really nice.
Hey, these guys explain a lot around here to me. They like
and vice versa.
Do you know what this means? Well, no, I don't. I've heard that word, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, free advertising for Fossil.
Fossil is a brand. Okay.
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
I'm gonna have to get you one. They're
What do
they're
they
clean.
look like?
They're like that, but like fancier. They're like Rolexes.
Or would I just wear it like on two watches here?
Yeah, if you want. Well, for like certain occasions, you know,
okay.
like when you're dressing nice and snazzy.
For full disclosure, this was my stepfather's watch. The gentleman could have afforded any kind of watch, but he had. It didn't even say what kind it is, so it's probably a Timex knockoff or something. But it was just a piece that he wanted me to have, and I've worn proudly for the last 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Yeah.
And of course, it ran out. My mom used to always go to Walmart and have them replace batteries for me every couple of years, and my mom's passed away as well. So I gotta take care of my own. Let me tell you a real quick story about moms. I'm not going to get into names, but a guy that I know pretty well, he's closer to my age than your age, and I met his mom the other day, and she smacked him on his bald head and said, "If you have any trouble with him, you just get a hold of me."
There we go.
Hey, there it is. I'll grab it later. I just text my beautiful bride and ask her if she'd bring me over a Perrier, and she's now over there hugging on Jason. Jason, do you want one, Jason?
I've got one right here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Hey,
real quick.
I don't know why I said sorry, guys.
What's that?
I said I shouldn't have said that.
Back to Marana. The facility, we're
incredible.
The Civic Center.
Fix your prices.
Beautiful. Yeah, probably a lot of growing pains.
Try again.
Probably a lot of growing pains. Honestly, they'll don't try to be a business. Don't try to compete with the other businesses in the neighborhood. Be a servant to your community. They paid for it.
Yeah.
And think outside the box, because there's a lot of other ways to generate large amounts of cash flow, and it's not at the gate. Because you know what's going to happen? The operator is probably going to charge a gate fee for people to get in, like spectators. Do you know, real quick, and I'm really getting statewide, they're now taxing all that. The taxes on doing these events it's insane.
That's legal?
Apparently the state of Arizona thinks it's legal.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's a story for another day. Yeah, you want to talk about, and without squealing too much, because I know people that are paying it, but I know way more people that are not paying that tax. But how do you tax a parent coming to see their kid that's already paid for that event?
Well, that's easy. You're an asshole government. That's how.
That's what's happening.
Sorry. I mean,
and it's a sizable number.
I'm not saying it. Hey, you guys want to have your kids be healthy and have fun? Hey, we're going to tax you on that.
And when COVID hit and the money started drying up, you know what they did? They went back and they tried to recoup it from literally hundreds of small karate clubs and judo clubs, and from each individual club, and then the large group.
Them some more. Let's go. But hey,
think about it. If they'd have collected every nickel that they allegedly said was owed to them, what are we talking about? A couple of bucks? The enforcement of it would cost you more than the actual collection of it.
We'll talk about that another day. But hey, we want to talk about, before we go, something really cool. So if you haven't seen it yet, Christopher D. Simone had a program called Wake Up Tucson on AM radio, and he was at a local radio station.
16
years, and he did an incredible job, and he's got an insane amount of followers and listeners and everything.
Hope you have a few of them stuck around for this.
And that he was ready to move on to something else, which is this platform that we've built, right? We've created this whole platform here in Southern Arizona, and we're quickly getting a ton of people wanting to advertise on it and do different things. And we can't do any of this without y'all just listening and participating.
Y'all listening.
And we appreciate you so much. Here's some staggering numbers. Our first, let's see. So our last month we had 10,000 listeners on our online radio station. So if you didn't know, when you're not listening or watching these podcasts, if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, you won't know, but we have music playing after that. We have a variety of classics, rocks, country, and we're going to start working in some DJs as we grow. And we're going to build some more radio stations.
Talking to a couple of those yesterday.
But that's been something we've been building, and it's been going on. And we just want to say thank you all for being part of it. And we've had close to 3,000 app downloads so far since we unleashed the app. So thank you so much for doing it. Share it with your friends. The app is free. You don't need to log in. There's nothing tied to it. You just download it, press play. You hear these shows or you hear music, depending on what you're doing.
And
so
you know what's cool? I'll open the back door to that.
Yeah.
You can see the matrix, and I'll open at like 7 o'clock at night, and there'll be 78 people listening to the music that we've programmed. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And then we open it in the morning.
That's just your app users, by the way.
That's just your app users. Yeah. That's not. And then we open it in the morning, and I'll see like today you got 2,800 people watching or listening to what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And those are real numbers as opposed to the good old days with the radio, TV, and stuff like that. And we don't know how many people are really watching and listening to this.
So thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts.
Really
We appreciate you,
it.
and we look forward to building more stuff for you to use.
Hey, and if you want to advertise your business or your cause,
hurry up. The spots are running out.
Yeah, and the prices are going up. So if you want to lock in some old prices, I said that to a couple people yesterday. You better get it now.
All right, we got to get going for your show.
Yeah,
that's starting now, and I want to
trip.
thank you all for joining us today. And if you have any questions, reach out to us. If you want to be on a show, reach out to us. Have a great rest of the week, and
Stick
tune in
around.
to Chris tomorrow morning. And if you want to stick around for Clint, he'll be on shortly.
Stick
Have a good
around.
one.
We'll be back in about 2 minutes with